Hi, I'm Katina with Gypsy Wander, and today I'm going to talk about my EcoFlow Delta 2 portable power station. I'm going to tell you some non-technical information. I am not an electrician and I don't know all of the information about wattage and watt hours, but I did learn enough so that I could determine what kind of battery was going to be big enough for what I needed, and then to understand how to use it and how to charge and everything. So non-technical, you don't need to know electricity or all of the terms to understand. So the first thing I did before I decided which brand or how big of a portable power station I needed is I looked at how many watt hours I was going to need. And so to do that, you take the wattage of your particular item times the number of hours that you are going to use that item in a particular 24-hour period. So for instance, I have a refrigerator, an AprilCool refrigerator. So I looked at the wattage of that. That one was a little bit difficult because refrigerators use wattage based on the compressor being used. And so it's not on it's not running for hours at a time. But I was able to make a guesstimation of what kind of watt hours that would use. I have my phones that I charge, my computer. Let's see, I have some fans that charge by USB. And then I initially, when I started van life, had planned to use my coffee maker daily, but that draws too much power, and so now I don't have my regular Keurig coffee maker. But those are the types of things that I determined what watts they used, and then the number of hours that I was going to use them. So it's real easy. Every product that you have, any electrical product, will tell you how many watts it pulls, and so then you multiply that by the number of hours that you're going to use it. So like your phone, it may pull 14 watts, but you're not going to be charging that for 24 hours a day. So if you know about how long your phone charges, that kind of thing, that's going to help you determine the size of your battery. And I wanted a battery that I wasn't going to run out of power frequently, that I wasn't going to have to recharge multiple times a day. And so when I bought my roadloft conversion kit, roadloft recommended an EcoFlow battery. And so I looked at the EcoFlow brand. I also looked at some of the other brands and just looked at reviews. And I was happy with the reviews that were online for the EcoFlow. So I have not tried any other power station. I went with the recommendation from Roadloft and the reviews, and then you could spend hours going through reviews and all the pros and cons, and at some point you just have to pick something. And so this is what I picked, and it works great. So this is the Delta 2 EcoFlow power station, and this has a rating, or what it provides is 1024 watt hours. And so when I talked about before finding the wattage of the different things that you were going to use and how many hours you're going to use, that determined how many watt hours you were going to need. So after I use 1024 watt hours, this battery is dead. And that is plenty for what I'm using with my refrigerator and charging and that kind of thing. And so I have to recharge. Well, we'll talk about charging, but I'm kind of constantly recharging, and so it's very rare that I have to like find an outlet and plug in. There are times that I need to do that, but I can maybe once a week need to find an outlet. Usually just charging through my car or through solar, I'm able to have enough power, especially for my refrigerator. I have a refrigerated medicine, so that is of utmost importance to me, that my refrigerator stays on. So this unit is relatively small,
So
and
let me
I'm going to
show
just
you the
show you
front
here the different.
of the Delta 2.
There are plenty of plugs on the front. You have two USB-A plugs, which are like a normal USB outlet. And then there are also two fast charge ports, which you may have a cell phone that is capable of doing a fast charge. There are also two USB-C ports, which is what I use to charge my phone. As far as the back of the unit, you can see here there are 6 regular 110 volt US plugs, 4 with just the 2 prongs and 2 with the 3 prongs. There's also a car charging port, or what I know of as a cigarette lighter port. And then there is also one port that is a DC 5521, and that is not something I use. That can be used for sometimes cameras or printers or that kind of thing, plugs into that type of outlet. There is also the section right at the top, which is where I plug my cords in to either charge in my car, do solar charging, or charging on an outlet. So to charge the unit, one of the great things that I liked about it is if I do need to plug it into an outlet, it has a fast charge. So I can charge it to 80% in 50 minutes. And that is great. Finding outlets has been really easy for me. I will find them at gas stations. A lot of times there's a gas station, car washes. I've been at campgrounds. It's really been easy to find outlets when I've needed them. And so it just has a regular plug-in, 3-prong plug-in that the cord comes with it, and you plug it in here and to an outlet, and it will charge to 80% in 50 minutes. You can adjust the charging speed, so that's using the highest charging speed. I did one time when I was traveling with my parents, I plugged this into my parents' RV, so it was pulling through their power, and so I didn't want to flip any circuit breakers, so I slowed down the charging speed. So it took longer to charge, but it wasn't pulling as much power. But if I'm using someone else's plug-in, like a gas station or what have you, I just want to get done and move on. And so I use the fast charging there. I also have an outlet. It's plugs into this outlet here that plugs into your cigarette lighter in your car. And so while you're driving, that is charging. And that doesn't charge super fast, but it does increase your available battery. And so that's kind of nice. So with driving, I'm charging it, and then if I need to use a plug-in, I can. And then I just recently I have my solar plugged in right now, and I'll show you that in a minute. I bought a 160 watt solar panel. It's a foldable panel, and so it's really easy. So right now I have that plugged in and am charging. I'll show you here real quick. I don't know that you'll be able to see this through the camera, but it's a 160 watt solar panel, and I'm pulling 132. I have 132 watts input right now. So it could be pulling more. I probably need to adjust it based on the sun, but that's pretty good. I'm satisfied with that. I'm at 56%, which again is not too bad. That would last me more than a day. So I'm happy with that level of charge. If I were to be leaving right now and weren't going to be able to get any more power until tomorrow, that would be perfectly fine with me. So let's see. You can do solar panels up to 500 watts. So I started with the 160, wanted to see how it worked for me and what, if I needed any more. But it does have the ability to go up to use more solar power than what I currently have. And you can get the flat panels that you would mount, or what I have is flexible, it's foldable, it's small, it's compact, and it's not something that needs to be mounted. So that was something that I kind of liked. I didn't want to have to mount something to my roof. I have a cargo box up there, and so there really wasn't room. So this was the best option for me. Some of the other things that I liked when choosing the EcoFlow was that they have a 5-year warranty. And I did have to call the customer service number yesterday. I think my cord for going from the cigarette lighter to charge seems to be working intermittently, and I've tried it on several different outlets, and I think there might be a wire that's come loose in that cord, and I didn't have to wait on hold for very long. The representative was really prompt in understanding what my problem was, and so they're escalating that right now, and I will have somebody who is going to help troubleshoot with me just to make sure. And if I need a new cord, they're gonna send that to me. So I was happy with that experience. Of course, it's not done yet, and I can update in the details if there are any snafus with that. But so far, I've been really happy with their customer service. They also have an app that is on my phone. So it's nice if this isn't facing forward, if I can't see this, or if I'm outside and I just want to make sure that my battery still has plenty of power, or if it's charging and I want to see how much power has charged, I can do that from the app really easily. You can also change settings on there. So that's really nice. I liked the fact that it had an app, and it's 27 pounds. So it's not real heavy. I'm not carrying it around much. I did move it to come back here to the back of my van, but it's actually up front generally, and it stays in the same spot. So I'm not having to move it around, but if I do, 27 pounds isn't that bad for the size of this. And so it's fairly small. I have it behind my passenger seat on a like a crate box, and so it's elevated, and it has plenty of airflow from both sides. And then also the other thing that was really important to me with the EcoFlow was that it's a whole ecosystem of products. So they actually even have an air conditioner. I've never tried that, but I mean, I can upgrade the system as I want. It has an extra battery port, so I can get an extra battery and plug right into this, and it would just sit on top of here, and that would give me another 1,024 watt hours. So it would double the amount of power that I had. So that was important to me, that I could add on if I found that this wasn't enough. I could add on, and because of the size, I liked this size, and I could have gotten a bigger unit from the get-go, but this was a good size. I thought it was going to work well for me, and it has. But if someday I need more, I can get an extra battery that's the same size, and it just sits on top. And so I'm going up rather than having a bigger footprint. So those were things that I considered. My solar panels, like I said, were 160 watt, and they are 15 pounds. So let me show you my solar panels. Okay, so my solar panels are here, and it's like I said, they're portable, so they fold up and go inside of this bag. I have them hooked right here because that helps keep them set up in this bag. One side of the bag is hard, so you can use it as like an easel, so that you can adjust it based on the sun, and it folds up and goes in this bag. And so it's very easy. And when I ordered the solar panels, it came with the cord and everything to plug it in. And I have quite a bit of cord, so like I said, I usually have it behind the passenger seat, so I can set it up right by my van and get solar. One thing I want to try is putting it on my windshield. I think that would give me a good angle, and I would be able to also charge it from there. So like I said, I haven't tried any other batteries. portable batteries other than the EcoFlow Delta 2, and that I've been extremely happy with. I've not had any issues other than the car charger port, which is being taken care of, and so I would highly recommend it. So I hope this was helpful for you. It wasn't too technical. I do have affiliate links in the description below the video, and if you purchase, you can purchase on Amazon, or you can purchase directly through EcoFlow. EcoFlow does recognize the warranty and everything, even if it's purchased through Amazon. And I hope it was helpful. I posted a video last week regarding a couple different toilet options, and I got a comment from Heather. Hello, Heather. She is a semi-truck driver, and she didn't know about the pea powder that I talked about that makes your urine into a gel format. So that was really exciting to know that even though I'm not a professional when it comes to doing videos and everything, I'm learning, and at least I was helpful to somebody. So that makes creating these videos all so much more worth it. So I'll see you soon.